Guys, gals, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name's Hotshot. I hope everyone's doing okay today. We're here back on our Hearts-of-Iron 4 Monarchies playthrough with the one, the only, Reececr01. How are we doing?
I'm not too bad, man. Thanks again for having me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. All mine. Right, anyway, getting away from the possessive thoughts of ownership. Let's just move quickly into Munich. Oh no, we've gosh dang it.
Your imperialist sentiment is rising.
Makes sense.
Oh god. Right, I think that's. I can't send you anything, can I?
9. You get it?
9.
You get it? Because it played in Germany and 9 means no, lol.
I know. Oh, I'm considering sending an attach, but I don't think it'll be worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at 17 XP, dude, and I am actively fighting them, so you know.
Yeah.
Pog.
I don't think it'll make enough of a difference.
Yeah. For it to be worthwhile.
Let's see.
Oh, I'm not gonna be able to retreat out of that, I don't think.
Oh, you got.
Might have a cheeky. Yeah, they did. You stay put. I said you stay put. Thank you. You come over here. I mean,
they'll be attrition as well. So
yeah, all these guys. Where my division's encircled, their whole fucking army group is encircled. Take that, Nazi bitches.
You Nazi bastards.
You hacking cretins.
Right, there we are. I'm mentally prepared for the worst. I've put my cavalry on a specific attack order in case Austria decides to.
You're gonna have the the Austrian winged hussars. I remember that historically in the siege of Vienna, pog. There was no help for the Austrians whatsoever, and then all of a sudden these Austrian troops showing up to help to relieve an Austrian castle, dude. Would you believe it? Coming down the mountainside. Oh.
I'm going to trade with you for some steel.
Oh well, I am mucho appreciadas of that. Okay, what mucho? Much appreciated. Yes, sir.
I know what you mean.
I'm an intellectual. So Austria has 4 divisions on my border, it seems, and they are all under-equipped, which I think they may be just be pumping out just because, you know, a potential war or something. I think it's fascist propaganda. I mean, there is a fascist in charge of Austria. I think it is literally fascist propaganda. I don't even think you're going to war with them. No.
No, I'm hoping that the referendum is kind.
Goes well for you.
It's the one. There we are, perfect.
So
set up as I can be.
If you guys have an issue with Reese's accent, right? Don't want to fucking hear it. Alright? If you go into his Twitch chat, he's got a translate command. So if you can't understand him, please drop a comment saying what did the Scotsman say again, and then drop a timestamp, and I'll say.
And I'll come back through the comments.
Yeah.
I'll come back through the comments and translate it.
Or personally, I'll try and translate it as an Englishman.
I'll come through as
Google Translate, pog. Yeah.
I'll just type it in Scottish, like just basically type.
I'm just imagining now. You've got your own keyboard and everything.
Aye, that's it. It's just all in capitals and spelled poorly.
All in capitals.
And and there's like additional A's and whatever through it because of the way we pronounce things. Scottish.
Oh, Scottish. Well, is there extra O in there?
There's some, apparently.
Oh, I've got you red.
Oh man. I've heard it all at this point. Like, just have to accept it.
You just gotta embrace it for who you are.
That's the one, yeah. That's all we could do.
So when I get this Bavarian pocket, it's basically GG, easy clap, see you later, Nazi scum.
Nice one.
Or whatever the kids say nowadays.
I'm electing a king.
You're electing a king, dude.
I'm indeed.
Well, I've got some news for you. I am the king.
I am the
Unlimited power. What? I'm not. They are definitely not Star Wars quotes. Definitely not.
YouTube takedown.
Yeah. Fucking George Lucas. Fucking A, man. Fucking Disney, dude. You know, oh, you love overrunning infantry with infantry. Ooh.
Army maneuver guy.
literally, right? You get an army maneuver guy, 10% extra division speed. Your infantry's like, all right. So what we're gonna do is we're not gonna do anything special, but what they are gonna do is on the video footage when they watch the war, they're gonna make us faster. So they're actually gonna turn it up to make us look faster. So we've got to act like we're faster. That's, you see that, because you know we're bird's eye viewing this shit. We're not actually in control, right?
Yeah,
so you know we just video transmission. You know, I mean,
yeah,
playback. Whatever, YouTube stuff, lol. Do you know what? I don't think I've ever actually used that feature. Like, you know, like when you're watching a video and you can like speed it up or slow down, like how fast it plays back at you.
So if I'm watching something like say it's something sort of like educational, like I'm trying to learn something,
right?
I'm trying to do other stuff in the background. I'll maybe type it up to 1.25, 1.5. Right. Any faster, and then it's lost on you. Like
right.
You actually save some amount of time doing it. With like when you get like quite limited time, I just honestly can recommend just do it. Like for example, I'll use like if I'm watching something about like a guide on how to change a command on Twitch, for example.
Yeah.
Like I'll speed it up, go through the meat of it, and then the bit where I actually need to concentrate, that's when I'll maybe slow down a little bit.
Is that Spanish Civil War? Yes, sir.
It is indeed.
Tell you what I've been watching recently, since I've been having days off from Twitch, streaming every day.
Imagine that.
By the way, link to Reece's Twitch in the description.
Thank you very much.
I never really used to watch much Netflix, right? Like I've always been an Amazon Prime for a dime sort of guy. Like
I get you.
You know, it's cheap as chips for Amazon Prime. You get your free Twitch Prime as well. And Vikings is on there, so I watch a lot of that. But gone back to Netflix because my sister recommended a show that I'd maybe watched a couple episodes of but never got into. It's a couple years old now. Orange is the New Black.
Yeah. I've never watched it, but it's always been one of those ones that people spoke about on, and I've been like, well, I wanna. Yeah, and
I never got into it. I went back on Netflix the other day and watched like 2.5 episodes and probably just decided to call it quits.
Right.
Because it was a big thing. It was a big talking topic through high school.
Alright.
So it was like out when I was in high school. So it was like, hey, have you been watching Orange is the New Black? It's a pretty good show. I'm like, oh, no, not really. But yeah, no, went back to it, and I'm already basically at the end of season 2, Pog.
Oh, fair enough.
So I've been binging that a bit whilst I've just been doing meaningless stuff.
Tasks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically. But no, it's a decent show. It's got quite a good storyline as well.
Yeah, I think I watched like the first episode and it just didn't really appeal to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's one of those ones I'll probably end up going back to then, you know, it might end up being something quite good.
Yeah, like, I mean, I have a thing for prison shows. I really like prison TV shows. Prison Break was a big one.
Yep.
And then Wentworth Prison as well. That was another one. I know it used to be a TV show apparently back in the day.
Yeah, Wentworth was like before I was like a long time ago.
Yeah. Because I remember speaking to my grandma about it. Like,
yeah,
because my grandma obviously has a lot of free time, being retired and all that jazz. So she watches a ton of movies, ton of TV shows. So when I said, oh, you know, this was a couple of years, but I'm watching Wentworth Prison, she's like, oh, okay, it's a pretty good show. Is that the original or what? I'm like, I don't fucking know. I'm just watching it.
I don't know, maybe. It could
potentially. She's like, is it from the 80s? I'm like, yeah, probably not. Camera quality's quite decent.
Yeah.
Also, one thing we didn't mention in the first episode is the paths that we've basically said, like, the AI is going to go.
Yeah.
So, just very quickly, we've decided for Britain to go fascist, Italy to go historical fascist. I have set Spain to go Carlist, but I don't have the La Resistance, so that's maybe will, maybe won't sort of vibe.
We'll see how that one goes.
Yeah. I mean, they might just win the Civil War and then just go non-aligned or something. You never know. You never know. And then historical Soviet Union. And then Japan.
I think that would. Yeah.
Did we do something for Japan?
I don't think we changed. I think we left in fascist, but I think we limited like, guarantees and stuff a little bit. So
yeah.
Like, just so everyone, and then basically the reason why we set everyone down specific paths is so there's just a big like royal rumble. In Europe.
Do you know what? Me and the homies love to see it.
I bet. When shit hits the fan.
That's when the games get fun. Come on, man.
Yeah.
When shit hits the fan. When you want to do an achievement as Imperial Germany, for example, and you want it's the other place in the sun. So you just need a car. This is the thing. You just need a Caribbean island. Just.
Yep.
But the game makes you go to war with France, Russia, Japan, and the United States before you can do that.
Yep. That's generally what happens.
Me and all the homies love Paradox AI.
You said it.
Or is that just or am I spitting fascist propaganda right now?
No, I don't believe it's propaganda this time.
No, is it true? Must be true.
Must be. Has to be. Especially when odd countries start joining factions that you're at war with, and it's just like, yeah, why not?
Yeah, like that makes sense. Like why Bhutan would join the Allies in 1942 because they have a diplomatic interest in Eastern Europe. Pog. Just think that's totally meritable.
Indeed, especially when it goes, when, for example, someone joins a faction late on, so say Romania does it, and they end up becoming a major, and you have to fight your way through Europe to capitulate them.
Like in my game the other day when when Afghanistan decided to join a war. and somehow become a
why not?
major because they were in the Comintern.
Oh god.
Like I was like halfway through Russia.
Yeah.
I'd beaten Turkey. I'd taken all the chromium, so my heavy tanks were basically never going to be out of resources ever.
Yep.
And like halfway through the Soviet Union and Iran and Afghanistan, I was like, "Yo, can we join the party, Pog?" So I said. In true fashion, 99999, and then ruffled over them with some heavy tanks, Pog.
That tends to be what heavy tanks do.
Yeah, mountains, no sir. This is all plains now, Pog.
Mountaineer heavy tanks.
Oh no, that would definitely be a cursed sight to see, honestly. Like,
I mean, I'll be honest. Just in my game the other day, when I was playing Imperial Germany, I went mediums, and it's a rare sight that I do medium.
yeah.
For whatever reason, I just.
I think like you kind of umming and ahhing about it, and then you did a poll, didn't you, in Twitch chat, and then me being an absolute gangster, I'm just like medium.
This is what we're doing. Now, mediums are okay, and I'll admit that. But see, once the reliability hits below a certain point, they are not viable. Yeah. They're not viable at all. And I was in a war with. Oh no, I was helping Spain in their war against the UK.
You had volunteers, didn't you, originally?
Yeah, and it was just a case of those medium tanks to delay, and they just were not doing enough. They were able to push, but they weren't able to push so well.
Yeah,
but I do know
do
that.
A bit.
But I think it was mainly because of it was the 70% attack because of hills.
All right.
I think, and I think the UK's divisions were predominantly 40 width or higher combat width, and with enough air support, they were able to like not stop the tanks, but slow them down enough, and then they could keep reinforcing quick enough.
Yeah.
And not that my tanks weren't that good. I'd upgraded armor and the main gun, so I was thinking to myself, yep, we've got a reasonable tank there. I was happy with it. My mediums could have went up against heavy twos fairly.
Probably come out on top.
Yeah. And I was just starting to switch into mechanized, and it was just no, I don't know, it didn't agree with me.
Did it upset your stomach?
It did a little bit. It upset me with Hearts of Iron. In that way that you just like you're not angry, you're just disappointed.
You're just disappointed. Yeah, I know that from previous experience.
Yep. But it's one of those things. There really isn't much you can
diddly do.
Yeah, basically. You just get on with it at that point. But I know that my wonderful light tank strat will be the best of fun.
Will it be the bee's knees?
It'll be something. Might not be the bee's knees, but it'll just be
something.
The light tanks go yum.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I know. And here's one thing, and I don't know if it's not something that because I like to do a bit of like a teaching game here and there.
Yep.
And what you'll find is when you do mechanized, you actually increase the hardness.
Yeah.
Of your standard motorized.
And wait, what?
Yep, you get a plus 100% hardness on your motorized. So your motorized have 10%. That'll then go to 20%. And then I believe there's another bonus in there as well somewhere. So basically, you just increase the overall like defense that your even basic motorized have.
Right.
Which basically, although they're super cheap compared to mechanized, and they're good. Obviously, switching to mechanized for a fully armored division is
And
generally the
and
way forward.
shit
Yeah.
like that, yeah.
But if you're a kind of smaller country, for example, if you're playing as like South Africa, for example, in a multiplayer game, just that upgrade will give you a little bit of an edge. Which
Because South Africa, you might not have. Well, you definitely do not have the industrial power to
no,
have mechanized as your standing thing, just because of the increase in production cost.
Not until if I remember rightly, 42.
Yeah.
And that's with that's like mixed mechanized, so you're going to have some mechanized 1 and some mechanized 2 in there.
Yeah, and it just makes sense.
Yeah,
I guess. Because I guess if your country knows how to build mechs, then they would naturally improve the armament and the armor in general of trucks.
exactly. It would just be improved, but that's something that I know, but I forget about so much in games. Like, it's just one of those things I
just research
forget.
mechs and you'll get the extra hardness with trucks.
Yeah, and it's one research slot, and you tend to have a research boost for mechanized at some point.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'll be doing. I'll be doing heavy tanks and mechs, fully pure. But that's gonna have to be time for today's episode. So you know what time it is. If you've watched the whole goddamn video, all 22 minutes of juicy Civil War content and a lovely chat with my friend Reececr01, then please drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you with the next one.
have a good one.
Take it easy, boys and girls.